the important thing to do is, one, realize that this is not a sprint. I know there's been a lot of action recently, but this moment has to go past the next 90 days. It may have to be the next 900 days. And so if you haven't already put in the time to build a relationship with someone, to have an open, honest, and authentic conversation, discussion about this topic, start there. Like, do not jump into how can I make a difference when this may be the first time that we've spoken and we've been working in the same office environment for 2 years. Like that will show up as an inauthentic gesture and probably won't provide the outcome that you're looking for.
Level of ignorance that even that friends have, let alone the level of ignorance that just coworkers have, let alone the level of ignorance that strangers have about one another's lived experience, you got to talk.
Action and reactions are not often dispositional, but they are influenced by the things that are happening around you. And right now, everyone is aware of a lot of things that have been happening around us. And so if you're not willing to participate and react intentionally, for a lot of people who are trying to change this moment, we'll let you have that position, but you're in our way. There's no neutral in this moment. You're either in the fight or you're in the way.
Yeah.
And I think we need a lot more Tupac quotes in all of our lives for sure. There is no doubt about that one. I'm gonna there's this question here for both of you for the hot seat. In really wanting to understand, how are you talking with your employees about racial justice? How are you having that conversation?
Yeah, I mean, well, it starts with you need to have a relationship with people, with your employees, that when you ask a question, they believe that you care. And understand that work is also part of your personal life. And I think my advice in the business setting is to still say to someone, how are you feeling on the topics that everybody is so focused on right now with race? And I recognize that just because it's on the front page of the newspaper today doesn't mean it hasn't been on the front page of your newspaper for a long time. But I really care and I want to know what's on your mind. I think that's, if you say that in an authentic way, it starts the conversation. So my advice in the business setting is start the conversation by asking a question and don't say too much. Like, one mouth, two ears, and then just shut up and listen and don't interrupt and stay quiet for a lot longer than you usually do, because you're potentially talking to someone who is used to either being silenced or staying silent on an issue. So you've got to be a really good listener. If indeed there is systemic injustice, and make no mistake about it, there is systemic injustice. And if you think there isn't, look deeper. And if you know people who think there isn't, help them see it. And as business leaders, we can be a force for remarkable amounts of good. And that's what conscious capitalism is. I think business can be one of the most powerful forces for good that's out there. And it can also do a lot of evil. And I think business leaders need to recognize that, especially the ones who, when they hear these words, think, no, I'm colorblind. Being colorblind is bullshit. Don't be colorblind. See it all. Notice it and get involved with it.
I'm going to ask you to follow #ConsciousCapitalismDC on LinkedIn and Twitter. Thank you so much for participating. We're seeing a lot of I walked away inspired, and really it was a good discussion. So have a great Thursday, everyone. We'll see you soon.